It's like this cage. As you can see, it's pretty much on the wing. Yeah, but because I'm so busy, I can clean it up now. That's normal. We'll clean a litter like that about twice. The second stage is on the wing, the stage where it be ready to harvest. Well, that's the standard, but the reality is, it's seasonal, because in the summer, for example, it's hot. High temperature is. The cricket pen, it's very steamy if we can clean it 3 times. About 25 days old, then 30 to days old, then it's time to clean once. And in winter, you can shorten because the winter is cold. The cage will be. If there's manure, there's ammonic gas. It'll keep the barn warm. It's kind of like that. When you clean the cage, you have to first be careful not to move in at a time when it's on your wings. That means it's molting on its wings. At the bottom, it's sensitive, and we limit it. It's like having this one on the wing. But this cage is pretty much on the wing. There are only a few that are not on the wings. And if that's the case, crickets it draws down to eat that it doesn't have up. It's eating so much that it's flapping its wings at that time. Then the possibility of it being lost is very high. And then the second problem is, when cleaning, everyone has to be gentle. If we clean up, we shouldn't. On the first floor, there's dung. Then we absolutely don't have a dam. Yeah, hit it hard so it'll drop out. Because the crickets are in there. It's passive, you guys. And then there's the. You try. When you're done, stack the blisters and make it flat. Flat on the face too. Well, we'll give the blister later. Give the tray to the crickets. Let the cricket climb on it and lay it easier. Like this cage, you don't look very flat. That's because it's under the bottom of these cages. You guys are it. There is no. If I am flat, I have to accept that, or it's a concrete barn, and it's more coarse. It's a simple procedure to clean the cage. First, we're going to clean up on top of the barn. Then we'll clean it up. You give them all. Blister on this side and stack on the other side. Get the cricket's dung out here. Dung and leftovers out here. Then we put the blister back here and then husband again. In the middle of here. Go back and clean in the middle. Finished in the middle. Then we're going to do the blister from the other side. Then clean up over there. Just clean it up like a slideshow. When cleaning a cage like this, it was also a time. Let's look at the health of crickets. Of course, the health of crickets we have to follow closely. From the time that I was born to the time that. Which cage do we then we must follow closely. But this is the one that we're most likely to observe. The health of crickets. Its feces. If you can see it, this cricket shit. This is the cage. It's very dry and it's boring. It doesn't clump and it doesn't get moist. Extremely dry. So these crickets are really strong. And especially, there are not many crickets under the cage. The body here is as you have. You can see that it also has. This number doesn't matter to you. Because there are tens of thousands of them. The rate of attrition. But it didn't end in a dead tie under the cage. Let me show you here. If you make a plastic cage, note this one. In these corners of it. Cricket in. You can't get out of here. You're dead in here. That's why if you do, pay attention to the paste. The tape is really good in here. Put this on so it doesn't get in here. In addition, we can see that the crickets are healthy. The rate at which it goes up in the field is very high. This cage is, in about 2 or 3 days, it's going to go up only about 60%. This is in. It's a pretty strong wing process you see. Here's some on the wings. We should be in this cage. You shouldn't clean this up because they are. If it is convenient to clean this cage, it has to be very gentle. The cages that it's flying in, that's strong. As for the cages, as you can see, this cage pretty uniform is incredibly on the wings, and so the cricket looks almost the same size as you. Strain the egg and lay it. It would prove that the cricket would be a cage. It's very healthy when it's on the wing. And the way we know it is crickets. Have you given birth or not? First of all, you've all heard the sound of the cricket. Right, it's been rumbling. That's one of the signs. The warning is that it is. Prepare to give birth. Then we can put the tray in at this point. Put the tray in to see if it's the level of birth. Giving birth is definitely. Let's see how densely the crickets are spawning. Because of the density of crickets laying, it's thick enough that we can breed eggs. It is too small to feed. Of course. If it is too thin, the eggs we take will not reach. And we can observe. You can look at this. The crickets that have spouts later on. It's going to stretch its belly and hug the eggs, and it's going to start looking for this place. Here you are. We are giving. Try a few of these to see. It was. Have you given birth strongly? It's definitely or not. I can assure you that she gave birth for about 2 degrees. I'll be back in 30 minutes. Then you'll see how dense the crickets are. This one is smart, guys. It's going to pick up the smell of dirt and the smell of moisture. 2. We make sawdust or coir mixed with water. Put in the tray on the face. This way it will automatically find you, and she's in labor. What about the job? How do I get a video? Later in the series, I'm going from A to Z. You can enter the entry. That list of videos. There's an item in there. That's raising crickets. Farming techniques from A this weekend. I'm going to finish the video series. This is not enough. You'll have to add it later. Here's where you start to have one of these eggs. Do you see it? That's it. It's sticking the spout down so it can lay an egg. A cricket like this will give birth to a range. 300 to 400 eggs. You're not small. Here you see, don't start. It's very crowded, dear. There is a lack of clamps here. You see this attention. These angles are that we've got to add grips. This isn't a slice of cricket. It's going up, guys. It gets in a lot. Give it equal to the corners of these corners. We will bridge up. Let it crawl up. This cage is full of mosquitoes. About the range. An hour later, it will be black. This tray always calls. My experience seeing this cage. You can take the eggs and get them for commercial use. I'm going to put about 6 trays of your eggs in this cage. Take the egg. Just put it up, and some of them have been born. These are 2 barns in the afternoon. Let me clean it up and give birth. These crickets are very thick. Then the crickets are healthy, you guys. It's going to be very thick. And look at 10 crickets as you look at them. Crickets are very evenly healthy. For these cages, if we take the seed, it will be extremely successful. Good, guys. Two, like this barn in the afternoon. I've always been 6 trays. I have to add more. 2. Add 2 more trays is 8 trays too. 4, 6, 8, That's 8. That's 8. And this cage is bigger. Is this cage on the wing? Not yet. I haven't done that yet, but I have 6 boxes. I thought it wasn't on my shoes. But in fact, it should also be. It's quite pretty thick. There's a cage in the back. Like this. Hey guys, it's not too thick. The temple is out there, and I will be there tomorrow. Let the guests in. I didn't plan to give birth to this cage last time. It's not very uniform. You can see this now. Many are not on the wings, but with this cage, he's fine. It's not even, but it's healthy. There's a condition that's cricket. It FLIs at night, crickets on wings. Do you see this one spreading its wings? Here, it's trying to fly because it didn't find a place to. So many friends. I asked him why he flew so much. If you fly a lot, it's for a lot of reasons, guys. First, it could be the lack of this food. The second is the lack of a delivery tray. And the third is the barn you make is the same city. It's low. City from here, from this floor, up to this city. It's low. It is also a. Is the agent. I is what causes it to be a goat. It FLIs out many camps. It FLIs out horribly. It FLIs out. How many pounds in a cage? But you can see that it doesn't fly. If it FLIs, it jumps up and down, guys. But there is very little on my side. I've been filming you to see if I can see the camera. Then prove that I took it usually. It's going to be 36 hours, for example. It will be 24 hours tomorrow, and the morning after tomorrow is to start taking out. That would be 36 hours. Here's a new one. White crystal wings, extremely beautiful. It's so beautiful, guys. Peeling this is achieving this. Easy, it peels quickly and peeled intact. Carry everything intact. That's the whole thing. Something I want to share with you in the video. I want to emphasize something. How do we clean the cricket's cage? It's a problem to keep in mind as we clear this cricket cage. Your health through cricket dung. It's when we clear the crickets.